Welcome back to Wisconsin Tonight. Our very own Jessie Garcia has added the title author to her many list of impressive skills.
Many? I don't think so.
She has a new book, My Life with the Green and Gold, and it's now in stores.
There it is. Jessie, thanks a lot for being with us. Congratulations.
Of course. Thank you.
Now, see, we get to ask you questions. Normally, you get to ask the
questions. It's really weird being on this side of it. I prefer to be on that side.
Yeah, well, too bad. For the next 3 minutes, you're going to put up with answering questions.
Okay.
All right, so how's it feel to be walking down the street and see your book in store windows?
It is really odd. Actually, I've only been to one actual bookstore that has it out so far. I've heard that there are others in the area, but the only one that I've actually been to is Boswell Books on Downer. And it was just very weird when I saw it there because, you know, it goes from your head to the laptop to, you know, an actual book. It's bizarre, but it's exciting.
Good, good, good.
Writing a book is a lot of work. So the impressive skills, let's list them. You're a wife, you have 2 boys, sports anchor and reporter, you teach. Okay, and then the book somehow works its way into all of that. How do you have time?
You know, that actually, believe it or not, really wasn't a problem for me. I mean, I know you have a young son and another one on the way.
How does she have time?
I remember those days very well, feeling like I had no time at all, but both of my kids are a little older and they're in school. So one morning I just sat down when they were gone for the day and started typing away. Actually, it was funny, I had to anchor sports here that day. And I literally had to rip myself away because I just kept typing away madly and had to come in and do my regular day job. But the time wasn't too bad.
Okay, so the book presumably is about the Packers. How'd you make that call?
Well, you know, all through the years that I covered the Packers and other Wisconsin sports teams, I always thought to myself, this is so funny, or people might appreciate really knowing what this is really like behind the scenes. Yeah. Exactly. So it was sort of brewing for a long time. I had all these nuggets floating around in my head of different stories and just decided to put them all down into one book and see if people would appreciate reading about that.
And people, I mean, I know at the station people are always asking you questions. We're like, what's it like when you go and talk to the Packers and cover the Packers? So now it's all in there. What was the hardest part when you finally got into it and you were writing the book?
You know, the hardest part, because it's nonfiction, was just verifying all the facts, checking everything, making sure that people that I had put into the book were okay with that, talking with them, double checking quotes, things like that. So I can see where fiction would be a lot easier. Just make it all up.
Your brain to the page.
Have you got a favorite behind the scenes story you can share with us?
Oh, there are so many in this book, and that's really part of the thing, was just to show all these different behind-the-scenes stories from Super Bowls and other things. But there are a couple, and one of them was a day in the life of Mike McCarthy, which was a story, and here's a little bit of it right here, that we followed him. This was 2007, but it took me almost a year to set up this story, so I kind of go into the backstory of how we set it up. And we were able to follow him from 7 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. on a training camp day, and just to see everything that he did in one day. At this particular point we're watching right now, he was mic'd up, so he's barking out all of the calls, and I detailed that whole thing in the book, the way the day unfolded. And there were a lot of things that had never been seen before, going into the team meeting room and things like that, and his office as well.
My Life with the Green and Gold. Jessie Garcia, author.
Thank you.
It sounds cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds good. Again, I don't feel any of these accomplishments are that impressive, but I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks for joining us.
One of our favorite people in the newsroom. Glad you could join us.
Thank you, guys.
We put more info about the book and where you can buy it on our website, tmj4.com/Wisconsin Tonight. You've got a book signing coming up too, right?
Yeah, the official launch party, November 6th. It's at the Shorewood Public Library at 7 p.m.
Okay, got to get that plug in.
That's right. Love to have people. Yeah.